It was 2:17 a.m. when Harold sat up in bed for the third time that night, gasping for air. The cough came like a thief in the dark, dry, violent, and unrelenting. His chest burned. His throat felt like sandpaper, and no matter how many pillows he stacked behind his back, he couldn't stop the coughing fits. His wife had passed 3 winters ago, and ever since the silence of the house had become his only witness. But tonight it was the sound of his own choking that filled the empty room. He had tried everything: cough syrups, menthol rubs, lozenges with names too long to remember. Some gave momentary relief, but by the time the moon was overhead, the coughing returned fiercer than before. That night, as he sat hunched over his kitchen table with a cup of lukewarm tea in his hand, Harold felt something he hadn't in a long time: fear. Not of the cold or the cough, but of what it meant to be alone and sick at 72. And then, almost like a whisper from the past, he remembered a recipe his grandmother used to make when he was a boy with a runny nose and muddy shoes. She called it her miracle jar. That same week he tried it. He cooked the ingredients slowly, stirred like she did, and took a spoonful before bed. That was the first night he slept through till sunrise, and it changed everything. Would you believe a few herbs from your pantry could do that? Let's talk. Most of us grew up believing that a trip to the pharmacy could fix anything. You walk in, pick up a bottle of cough syrup, follow the instructions, and wait for the magic to happen. But what if the real surprise is how often that magic fails, especially as we get older? Cough syrups today come packed with artificial sweeteners, synthetic dyes, alcohol, and dextromethorphan, a common cough suppressant that can leave you feeling drowsy, dizzy, or worse, dried out. And for seniors, these effects aren't just unpleasant. They can be dangerous. Dehydration, blood pressure fluctuations, or sleep disturbances can follow, ironically making the problem worse than the original cough. Harold had tried 4 different over-the-counter syrups before that sleepless night in his kitchen. Each promised to relieve his symptoms. None delivered real relief. One made him jittery. Another dried out his throat. The last one knocked him out for 2 hours, only to wake up coughing harder than before. It's not just anecdotal either. Studies show that many commercial cough remedies only mask symptoms temporarily, without addressing the inflammation, dryness, or irritation causing the cough in the first place. And here's something few will tell you. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to chemicals. What worked at 40 may no longer be safe or effective at 70. Our liver processes slower, our immune system weakens, and our tolerance for additives nearly gone. That's why more and more older adults are returning to simpler, safer solutions, things their parents or grandparents once used without a second thought. Because sometimes healing doesn't come in a bottle with a barcode. It comes from the wisdom we almost forgot and the pantry we overlook. Harold's miracle jar wasn't magic. It was memory. And more importantly, it was nature. Long before pharmacy aisles were filled with brightly colored bottles, families turned to herbs, roots, and leaves. Not because they were trendy, but because they worked. Passed down through generations, these remedies were born from trial, error, and centuries of listening to the body. Today, science is slowly catching up. Researchers now confirm what grandmothers always knew: certain herbs have real medicinal properties. Sage, for instance, isn't just a seasoning, it's a natural anti-inflammatory that soothes sore throats. Chamomile calms muscle spasms, including those that trigger dry coughs. White mallow coats and protects irritated mucous membranes. And bay leaves. They gently open airways and ease breathing. It's a pharmacy hidden in plain sight. But modern life has made us forget. We're taught to seek fast fixes instead of understanding our symptoms. A sore throat isn't just discomfort. It's the body crying out for rest, moisture, and healing. A cough isn't the enemy. It's a messenger telling us something deeper is off. Harold didn't need another pill. He needed something gentle, something that respected his age and rhythm. And that's what these herbs offered: not just relief, but care. When he opened that glass jar for the first time and took a spoonful of the golden brown mixture, he didn't just taste sweetness, he tasted hope. And here's the beauty. This isn't some rare, exotic potion. Everything he used came from his kitchen shelf and a short trip to the local herbal store. Harold's remedy isn't complicated, but the results can feel miraculous. It's a simple recipe with 6 powerful ingredients that work together to calm irritation, coat the throat, and reduce inflammation. Here's exactly how to make it. You'll need 200 grams of sugar, 300 milliliters of water, 6 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of dried sage, 1 tablespoon of white mallow, also called marshmallow root, 1 tablespoon of dried chamomile flowers. In a saucepan over low heat, slowly melt the sugar. Stir continuously until it turns a deep amber color, but not burned. This caramel base gives the mixture a soothing texture and mild sweetness. Pour in the water slowly. The mixture will bubble, so take care. Stir until the sugar fully dissolves again. Add the bay leaves, sage chamomile, and white mallow. Let it gently boil for about 3 minutes, just enough to release the active compounds from the herbs without degrading them. Remove from heat and let it cool naturally. Once it reaches room temperature, strain the herbs out and pour the mixture into a clean glass jar. Seal tightly and store in the refrigerator. Adults and older children can take 1 tablespoon up to 4 times a day. Small children should take just 1 teaspoon. For babies over 1 year old, 2 teaspoons is enough. This homemade remedy coats the throat like a warm blanket, eases the tickle that triggers coughing, and supports healing without chemical overload. It wasn't just Harold who found relief in this humble remedy. All across the country, older adults are rediscovering what our ancestors always knew: nature heals gently but powerfully. Take Martha, an 80-year-old retired music teacher from Arizona. She had nearly given up singing after a chronic dry cough stole her voice. "I sounded like a broken accordion," she joked. Doctors gave her lozenges and sprays, but the hoarseness never left. Then her daughter sent her the recipe from this very video. Within 4 days of taking it, she called her granddaughter and sang "You Are My Sunshine" over the phone for the first time in months. Then there's James, a 76-year-old veteran in Ohio, a longtime smoker. James had learned to live with a rough hacking cough that never quite went away, especially in winter. "People would edge away from me at the grocery store," he admitted. He started using the remedy twice a day, and within a week, not only had the cough softened, but he could finally sleep without waking up breathless. "It felt like someone gave me my lungs back," he said. Even the comment sections of health forums and videos like this are full of stories 3 days in and I'm sleeping like a baby. "I haven't needed my prescription syrup since I started this." It's not magic, it's simply wisdom rediscovered. While natural remedies like Harold's Miracle Jar can bring powerful relief, they aren't a cure-all. A cough is your body's way of alerting you. Sometimes it just needs soothing, but other times it's a cry for help. Use this remedy if your cough is dry, persistent, or triggered by cold air or talking. If you feel throat irritation without a fever. If you're recovering from a cold or flu and just need to ease the lingering discomfort. Or if you want to avoid over-medicating because you've had poor reactions to syrups in the past. But see a doctor if your cough lasts more than 7 to 10 days without improving. If you develop a fever over 100.4 degrees. If you're coughing up blood or thick green mucus. If you feel chest pain or shortness of breath. Or if you have a chronic condition like COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, and symptoms worsen. And one note of caution: this remedy contains sugar. If you're diabetic or managing your blood sugar, you can talk to your doctor about alternatives. Some people use honey or stevia syrup instead. Just avoid giving honey to babies under 1 year of age. Think of this remedy as your gentle first step, a way to calm the storm so your body can do its work. But don't ignore your instincts. If something feels off, trust yourself. Aging doesn't mean tolerating discomfort, it means listening more carefully. There's something quiet but powerful about taking a spoonful of something you made with your own hands. It's not just about stopping a cough. It's about pausing long enough to care for yourself. Harold didn't just find a remedy that worked. He found a moment of control in a world that often makes older adults feel invisible. For once, he said, "I didn't feel like I had to wait for someone else to fix me. I did something for me." And maybe that's the true medicine: remembering that your body still matters, your comfort still matters, and you are not too old to feel better. This remedy is a gesture, a way to say, "I'm listening to you, body. I hear your struggle and I want to help." Whether you're 60, 70, or 90, it's never too late to care more gently for yourself. So the next time your throat scratches or your chest feels tight with another winter cough, don't rush to numb the symptom. Step into your kitchen. Stir a little patience, a little warmth, and a few herbs into a pot, and remember you're still capable of healing. Because healing doesn't always come from a prescription. Sometimes it comes from remembering that you're worth the effort. If this story reminded you of someone you love, a parent, a friend, maybe even yourself, share this video with them. You never know whose night's sleep you might restore, whose voice you might help bring back. And if you try the remedy, come back and tell us. Truly. Your experience might be the reason someone else decides to try it too. Leave a comment below and answer this. Have you ever used a home remedy that actually worked better than the pharmacy? What was it and who passed it down to you? We read every single story. Because this isn't just a video. It's a conversation between people who care about their bodies, their peace, and each other. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Not for us, but for you. So that the next time your health whispers for attention, you'll already know where to turn for simple, honest answers. You deserve rest. You deserve comfort. You deserve to feel better naturally. So go ahead. Open your pantry, open your heart, and let healing begin one warm spoonful at a time. We'll be right here when you need us next. Until then, take good care.